Herschy and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Whoa, hello everybody.
Hello.
Welcome. It is Tuesday night. We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll. We got a lot going on. Coming at you, Herschy and the Keegs Show. Mike Keegan, Mark Hirschman, Tony Walker. What's going on, fellas?
We got a lot of shit to talk
Holy
about.
Jesus,
we haven't been here in 2 weeks. We're back. We got our guy, Jakey Chapman, Boy Friday, our man, our guy who helps us out with our social media stuff. And we figured getting close to the holidays and it's time to appreciate, and we love Jakey, so Jakey's here. And he's just, I would say that Jakey's not, when he comes in, he's not a guest.
No,
Jakey's just
family.
He's just part of us now.
Jacob is your full name?
No, I'm not Jewish.
Just Jacob.
Nope,
Okay.
Christian.
Thank
Yeah.
Christ. Thank God.
Yeah. So Jakey's here. He's just hanging out. He's just hanging out in that cool jacket, and so we're gonna start the show with the first run of sponsorships. We're gonna be turning off everyone else's microphones, Tony, except for mine. And the Herschy and Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Demolition Specialists, 1-855-RIP-OUTS, the number you call for demolition, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 35 years, they are a fully licensed demolition contractor. Angela's Bra Boutique at 223 Main Street in Farmingdale, 516-249-6409. Personalized bra fittings providing a wide selection of brands, sizes, and styles. Triple M Professional Painting and Construction, 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for James. Impressions Dance Studio. Reach them at 516-735-0545. Take life by the hand and dance. 3103 North Jerusalem Road in Levittown. www.impressionsdancestudio.com. And finally, for this first set of sponsorships, Sunray Services. Now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. Well done, boys. Way to behave.
Mark.
Yeah, very nice.
I was wondering when the right time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling
I know.
was.
You were going to convert to other things as well.
Speaking of Sunray, I'm going to see old Eric Haft tomorrow. He's a good guy.
I have to tell you, I'm going to
Eric Haft is the owner of Sunray.
Sunray Heating and Air.
Yeah,
But
Sunray
I'm going to
Demolition.
tell you, I'm going to start the show on a good note. Because sometimes I'll start it and I'll just go in and I'll just start tearing you up or things that I saw when I...
Ripping and tearing. What happened to your hand? You got a little cut on your hand.
Oh, I'll tell you about that
Okay,
later.
oh boy.
I'll tell you about that later. You know, sometimes it's me immediately, like if I go onto your Facebook page to do some advertisement stuff for the show and I'll see weird shit and I'll accuse you of being a disgusting degenerate. But what I am going to start the show with is that I am very proud of you because
Thank you.
It's been multiple people in the past 2 weeks. Monty was one of them. I'm trying to think, maybe it was Eric or someone else, that you have been out there and you've been apparently really stepping up your stand-up comedy game, and that means a lot to me because ultimately
I do it for you, actually.
as my dear friend who I love for a long time, and then secondly, my podcast partner, it's important to me that you're doing well and you're thriving and you're hustling. And I like the fact that people have been making a point to me that not just that Mike's coming out, he's not just collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, no.
He's out here and
No,
he's raised his game. I don't know what
I'm putting in the work.
So you've
I'm changing people's lives.
So you've been putting in the work. You've been writing more. Is it clicking now? What's happening?
Writing more.
Yeah.
More comfortable. Mm-hmm. Just having fun. Like I don't care. Like I go up there and I'm gonna do what I do, and I don't care if people like it or not. And that kind of resonates with the audience that they're gonna like it because I'm just there to have fun.
So, but when
they
did
could
that
tell
hit?
They could tell that I'm having fun. That's what it is. I'm having fun now.
But when did that? Because I'm not saying I haven't heard good things about you over the years. I'm just saying it's been people who know that you and I are close who have been saying, dude, Mikey was here the other day and he was different on stage. They're really noticing that something different is happening from a stand-up perspective from you.
I think a couple of clubs kind of bumped me up to like close out shows and headline them, and that's when I was just like, you know what, I'm having fun, and now like that I've done that and I'm doing those 45-minute spots. If I get like a 30 or 20-minute feature spot, it's just so much easier, and I'm just having fun. There's no pressure.
Wow.
And
so
it's just fun, and I just enjoy, especially mostly like you said, Monty said it. I have fun with Monty, like that. We're having fun before the show, and then I just kind of want to, do my thing on stage and go and hang out with Monty again. So
listen, you know that forever, especially in recent years, I advocate for you when people will say to me, "Hey, you want to do a show?" And I'm like, "No, I don't, but call Mike."
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But ultimately,
I've gotten more work than that out of that than anything else.
Ultimately, these people are saying to me like, "No, he's just not just doing the time. He's killing it." So
I'm having fun.
I love that. Now,
thank you. Thank you for everyone that said that. Thank you, Chris Monty.
On the opposite side of things, we have Jakey, who's a newer comic. He's been out for a year.
Yes.
And you recently confided in both of us. I think that you have enough trust in us to tell us that I think it was a show that Mikey put you on maybe in the little room. Was that right?
Yeah.
And you basically told us, for one reason or another, that you were not vibing with that crowd. They didn't feel you, and it was the first time.
It was bad.
So
I think that was the one I wasn't here, right? I was somewhere.
But you booked the show.
I don't think it wasn't Jake's fault, though. I heard it was kind of a rough crowd for everybody.
It was a rough crowd, but I was the only comedian in the room, and everyone stayed in the green room. So I got to watch all the drunk people be drunk and fuck up people's sets.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I got on stage, I was already pissed because they weren't letting other people tell jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but you sounded like, and we certainly both tried to make you feel better, but you sounded like you were, I don't think annoyed at yourself, but you definitely felt like you could have handled the situation better.
Yeah,
How
dude,
so?
I drove 45 minutes with my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. She's going to watch me do stand-up. It's a big deal.
Yeah. First time? No.
No, not first time, but like she spent the night to come watch me, and I do a solid 3 minutes, and get off stage, and chirp in the crowd.
Like, there's Jake again doing a solid 3 minutes.
I just sucked the energy out of the room, and she didn't make eye contact with me for 2 hours.
So you feel like you sucked the energy out?
Did she even try to be like, you did a
no? She knew what happened. I knew what happened. Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you think happened? Was it just that your material wasn't vibing with the crowd? And what
no,
do
you know what I did? Every other comedian started with their material and then realized that wasn't going to work because people were talking.
Material,
but because they didn't know the room. But I knew they weren't letting people do material. So I got up there and I was like, "Hey, you four, like, I'm not good at talking to drunk people, but shut the fuck up."
Oh wow!
Like
okay.
you think you're doing a podcast right now? No one's listening to you. Like, it's the worst podcast I've ever heard.
Because that's also the thing. You got to kind of be the moderator, and they don't. You're like the substitute teacher coming in. They don't want to hear you tell them.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Did we just get yelled at?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then I did my first joke, which isn't that good of a joke, and it didn't bomb. It like bombed. I was like, oh. And then I did a second joke, and I got a little laugh. Yeah. And I was like, nice, I got a laugh. Like, I said that on stage, and then the husband was like, that was pity.
Oh, God.
Oh,
and from there, I shut down. I was like,
So you know what's great about that is that, as I told you, and me and Mikey told you that the day after it happened, is that's going to really, it's going to help you. I know that's hard to understand, but that shit-ass experience is going to help you grow. That you won't be as gun-shy the next time it happens. Yeah. You may be a little bit less apt to jump at someone. What do you think about that?
When I started out, and I was working a lot with George Gallo and Terry McNeely, and we were doing bars. We were doing like four called Four Wallers, just like bar shows, guerrilla comedy. They don't even know there's going to be comedy. There's a playoff game. People don't want comedy. So I had way more of those shows than I did good shows, and you'll realize that, and it ends up being fun after a while. If you and all your friends that are comics on the show bomb because it's that kind of crowd, then you just have fun and you just make fun of each other. I remember me and Gallo and McNeely and Hugh Murray used to do this bar in, I think it was Ronkonkoma. I think it was called like Double R. Yeah. And it was a biker bar. And the only people that were there were these like Hells Angels bikers, and they would come specifically to heckle the comics. They would set up their bar stools right in front of the stage and just sit there like this and just purposely not laugh. And they would just and after the show, they hang out and be like, we're just fucking with you guys. You know, that was fun. They were doing it on purpose. But those kind of shows build a thick skin, and now then you don't care if you do have a bad set and it is your fault. You don't care after a while because you're gonna have enough good sets, and you got to build that.
So you would agree that more than anything else, those kind of experiences really help you by leaps and bounds in the beginning.
Yeah, and most of those shows, all the road rage shows I did with Terry.
Yeah, I remember
when
those.
Started, those were all mostly like that.
I love that.
I got to develop thicker skin.
You will. Okay, so we started the show with some Kumbaya. Now I have to go back down to reality a little bit.
No. I like when you say
no, because
Is boobs next?
No, because I get frustrated with Mike. I love Mike. I love it. I love his family.
I don't mean to frustrate you.
No, but what happens is like I'll see things that he does.
He started with good news. Now he's
I'll see things that he does, and I'm like, why is he doing that? Because then people will be like, you're friends with him, and like that's your podcast partner, and like shit like that. So I made a couple of notes.
You have notes, examples? All right.
So again,
you better have receipts if you're gonna.
Anyone knows when you're on social media and you're friends with someone on social media that a thread will pop up on Facebook or you'll see it on Instagram. If someone that you're friends with comments on something, you might just you might see the thread. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of examples that I've seen in the past 2 weeks, and I made notations on all of them. The first one, you and I are both fans of this page. It's basically like an addict recovery page. And I think we both have mutual friends that have been addicts and now are in recovery, and they're doing well. And we sincerely care about them, and we follow the page.
That's
and
what it is. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse. I wouldn't wish being somebody you love being an addict and in recovery. There's nothing. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
So somebody that you love.
So there was a comment. There was a picture like this short-haired blonde girl, and it just said on it, Elizabeth has 100 days of sobriety. And then I see the comment, and it says, Mike Keegan, I'll cheers to that. And I'm like, why? I mean, that could be someone. Why? Like, what if we know someone in common of that person?
Because I'm not an addict. I could have.
But like,
I could celebrate.
I'll cheers to that. Like, well, I don't understand. You couldn't say congratulations or like keep it going. Or
to each their own.
I understand that,
awesome.
but we're this page we have friends on. Like, like I'll cheers to that. It's just not a nice. It's a thoughtless thing to do. Okay.
Oh, God bless Elizabeth.
So there was another one. This was more so just one of those videos. Now we've all watched them. The military reunion videos.
Oh, those are beautiful. I love those.
So you see like a kid in the classroom, and it's like a concert, and the next thing you know, like the father runs out on in the stage, and there's a big hugging thing. So there was one the other day that was like full blown tearjerker. Like it was, you couldn't watch it without crying because the girl was sitting on Santa's lap, and it was in a mall type of thing, and the parents had worked it out where the father had come back from overseas, and the girl was going to tell Santa like in his ear what she wanted, and she was going to say, and next thing you know, the father's crying, the kid's crying, and I see Mike's comment comes up, fake. And I'm like, you're just a piece of shit.
Emotions aren't real.
I think it was staged.
No, because listen, we all know that there's also like some really bad ones that are staged, but you can tell the staged ones. They're like,
that one, you think that one was real?
You fucking damn well knew it was real. You damn well knew it was real.
I wasn't sure. It looked a little bit staged to me.
No, didn't look staged. No one thought it was staged. There was 25.
I think it was Santa's beard. I was saying it was fake.
There was 20. It was a big crowded shopping mall. There was
it wasn't the real Santa.
There was literally 25,000 comments, and there was not one person who thought it was fake except for you.
I'm skeptical. Sue me for being skeptical.
So that was just sinful. It was just, I was enraged. I was at work, and I was on a break, and I was outside sitting like on a bench. I'm like, this hound.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that everyone's being straight up.
The next one, which is by far the worst one, was I won't even mention the town because it's humiliating. It's humiliating that you live in this area. that you live in we'll just say the Levittown, East Meadow, Bethpage, Belmore area, okay? And it's Mikey's a parent, a step parent, or whatever you want to call it, of Juliana.
Yeah.
So you have gotten onto these pages probably because you want to see when there's
local
different
events.
festivals.
Of course, I like seeing
Yes.
what's going on locally that I could take Juliana to and have fun.
I just want to fucking choke your face off right now.
No, what? It was
so-
probably a misunderstanding.
So this one, a woman very innocently posts, if anyone finds a black men's wallet outside or near Jacob's barbershop in town, please message me immediately. My son lost his wallet in that area with his license and college ID, CC, etc. Thank you so much. Whose first comment on the goddamn page, Mike Keegan, it shouldn't matter if it was a black man's wallet or a white man's wallet, but I hope you find it. Okay, now
See, because I don't like racism, and I don't know.
No,
understand the
no,
identity. The identity politics is what drives me nuts.
so she writes back, Mike Keegan, comma, thank you, but I was describing the color of the men's wallet, not the owner's skin color.
Oh, see?
Yeah. So of
Another
course,
it's a misunderstanding.
all the comments after were just people were enraged by this, and you're just fueling people's anger.
I bet it was a black man that stole the wallet.
We don't know anything
No?
about
Okay.
anything
too early,
about
too
the
early.
wallet. We don't know anything about the
I
wallet.
should follow up with her to see if she found that black guy's wallet.
Well, and it's amazing to me that you
Black man's wallet.
you don't get kicked off of these pages. I mean, maybe sometimes you do.
Probably
I don't
do,
know.
yeah.
But the way you do it is because you're so clever that you do it in a way that these people don't know that you're making a fucking mockery of them. That's what you do. You're such a cunning little bastard.
I am a cunning little bastard.
Yeah, you are.
A rascal, if you will.
You're a little
bit of a
varmint,
rascal,
a little
like a little
varmint,
varmint.
like like what do they say in the cartoons, like a wascally rabbit.
I am a wascally
That's
rabbit.
what you are. So I went back a couple days later to that page to see if they had blocked you. You're still on there.
I'm still on there.
Just, posting things about, your parents have like extra stuff on the deck that they want to get rid of, and like VTAC or whatever this shit is. Yeah.
There was one, it was pretty recently, and somebody wrote, what was it? Oh man,
Was it about the vestibule?
No, that was another one.
Oh.
I think I remember it was pretty innocent though. Somebody
Yeah.
posted a picture of a homeless man sleeping in ATM vestibule
In East
and
Meadow?
I just wrote, "Excuse me, I was tired."
Okay,
So that was
that's not
kinda,
bad.
that was
That's
just
a little
joke.
hack.
I
Yeah, that's not
remember It was
bad.
kind of hack.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, if I remember it was the dog. Did I talk about the dog post that got me in trouble?
Oh, I don't know, but
Somebody
it'll come
said-
back to you.
Yeah, and if it comes back to me, I'll talk about
I
it.
can tell you one thing that I won't say got you in trouble, but tell me.
Somebody, I'm in this dog lovers group.
Yes, I know all the fucking wacko
No,
groups that you're in.
like love, not
Yeah.
no, love with your heart,
Yeah.
not with your
wiener.
loins, Yeah. And somebody wrote, losing a dog is unbearable. And I commented and I said, losing a bear is undoggable. Dude, but these nut job animal people were like, they were so angry.
That's
like,
amazing.
I was literally getting messages, like hate
Yeah,
messages.
that's
Being
amazing.
Like, you don't know what it's like to lose a pet and blah, blah, blah.
That's amazing.
And then I told some guy I was going to eat his dog.
Yeah, that one you did send me. You
Okay, yeah, I
screenshotted
think
me
I
that.
did, yeah,
you
yeah.
eat his dog.
But
They got mad. No, they did block you from that group.
Yeah, I think so.
They did
But that
block
was
you
just
from
a
that
cute
group.
little joke. Losing
Yeah.
a dog is unbearable, but losing a bear is undoggable.
Yeah. Well, one thing, I won't say it got you in trouble, but I must have gotten about 6 or 7 texts after, it was like a little bit after Halloween, we were talking about the antics that we would pull as kids, and it was shaving cream and eggs and stuff like that. And then you, of course, had to take it the level of unnecessary, heinousness, and you talked about the time when you were a kid that you shit in a pumpkin.
That's my favorite story.
Yeah,
ever.
you shit in a pumpkin. And
I've used that one with my friends.
so
That's a good one.
I will tell you though, sometimes it makes me question what I'm doing here with you. That I get texts for like the next week, like, did Keegs really shit in a pumpkin? And I'm
My
like,
mom was mad about that.
and I'm
one.
like, how would I know? Like, I'm
really
10
not-
years older than him. Like, I don't know. I mean, I assume he did if he's saying it, but sometimes you got to leave things to
have a good
chance.
time, yeah. Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't
Right,
happen. But you know what? The
sometimes-
funny story, and my mom was pissed about it. When she listened.
Sometimes you have to
Literally,
leave
when I saw my mom after that. She didn't talk to me, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the pumpkin shitting story, isn't it?
Yeah, because she just felt like it was not called for.
Yeah.
Speaking of shitting a pumpkin, did you guys see the post I made today? And I'm curious, this is just a little bit of a left turn, but interesting responses. I posted today, if you can only pick one, tacos or wings. Did you see that?
I did see it. I saw it right before I came here.
All right, so I'll ask you, Anthony, tacos or wings? Well, you're a weird eater, so I don't know if either one of them.
Very weird eater.
Yeah.
I'll just take the money to buy those wings instead.
And then I'll just buy one big bag of French fries.
Absolutely right.
One big bag of fries, right? You don't eat either tacos or wings?
Correct. I don't.
Neither one?
Neither one.
Okay.
Hate them both.
Oh, interesting. All right. Jakey, tacos or wings? Pick one.
Before the border crisis, I would say tacos, but I feel like I got to be American and say wings.
That's right, America.
And you're wings.
I'm a wings guy. I don't eat tacos that much.
I don't even know how anyone could possibly, like, you take a wing and you dip it into a cup of blue cheese. That bite is about as good as you're gonna get.
It's heaven.
As
You get a good wing.
opposed to a
But if it's 3 a.m. and you're drunk, are you
Yeah.
going to Taco Bell or
No,
if
no,
Buffalo
you're-
Wild
Taco
Wings
Bell,
is
yeah,
open?
and-
Like,
no,
It's
you're
true.
talking about a very specific thing.
And it is true. Those are the cases where
Yeah.
I'll stop at Taco Bell and enjoy it. But I don't. If you say it's dinner time,
Dinner time, and you're gonna
let's
go pick
out,
one, yeah.
or we're gonna go watch a football game. I want to go
Right.
eat wings. I enjoy wings more than I do tacos.
Yeah.
I don't hate tacos.
No, they're fine, but like
where's a good- what's your
a
favorite
mouthful of cracked tortilla with lettuce and cheese falling off, which is fine, but you get a mouthful of blue cheese with a buffalo
Yeah, you
wing
do.
from Croxley's Ale House.
Oh yeah. Is that
or
your favorite wing, Croxley's?
Croxley's wing is the best around here. I mean, there's nothing
Croxley's
better.
are very good.
Yeah. Although there's a place that people love in East Meadow also, the bar. What's that bar?
Dugan's.
People love those wings.
Yeah, they have good wings there.
Yeah.
They have very good wings there.
Yeah.
I love LC Lane in Belmore has very good.
I couldn't believe when I
You
posted
ever
on
go to
the
LC Lane
mom's
in
page.
Belmore?
I've
They're
not.
all they're baked. They're not fried.
So I don't.
They're
When I
delicious.
posted on either Levittown Moms or my own page, LC's Wing House came up. I would say like 30% of the time.
Yeah, it's really
But
good.
and then people said you have to add your own sauce. Or you dip your own. I
That's
didn't
what it is.
understand.
Yeah, they don't cover it in the sauce. They'll give you the baked wings in there like dry rub, and then they'll give you like, all the sauces on the side.
So nobody eats the wings just plain. Then you just eat them.
You can because they do have good dry rubs there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most of them you dip it in
You dip it in
a
a
sauce
sauce,
and then a
yeah.
blue cheese, or blue cheese is not part
You
of the
do
equation.
both. You do both. They'll give you blue cheese. with
Wow.
it, yeah.
And is it just it's a place that's only wings, or it's a restaurant?
It's only they have like chicken sandwiches and stuff, but it's wing. It's
right.
called LC Lane Wings. You got to try it. It's
No,
great.
I do. I definitely have to try it. There's no
Changing
question about
Times
it.
in Farmingdale is
I
very
like
good
that
wings.
place. Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going on Sunday to watch the Bills game is Shooters in Wantagh. Has very good
I
wings.
haven't been to Shooters in forever.
Yeah.
What time's the game on Sunday?
4:00 game
Oh,
Sunday.
'cause
I'm
I'll-
going with Kathy Arnold.
Oh, I'll probably be there.
Come,
Yeah.
You watch
Yeah.
some football?
Jake will be
Yeah.
there.
Come. The Bills are playing
100%.
4:00.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. Speaking of food, one thing it's been weeks since I wanted to tell the story. We were busy. We had Monty on. We had Billy Mira on. We had a lot of guests. So we have
Jake
guests.
Chapman on.
Jake Chapman this
big
week.
guest, yeah,
But you're not a
yeah.
guest. You're part of the family, though.
that is true.
But what I'm saying in previous weeks where we've had these other guests on, we have an agenda, and it just seems like we don't ever get to that agenda because we have such great things to talk about the guests with. You know what I mean? But this happened probably about a month ago. I was at the cow next door, getting something for Barbie doll, my mother.
Turkey sandwich?
Turkey sandwich. And she had called me a few minutes before. She said, Marky, can you get me a bag of chips? So I got her a bag of chips, and they had this.
What's her go-to chip?
Well, they had something called Hal's Chips.
Ooh, Hal's are great. Hal's chips are
So get a
really,
load of
really
this. So Hal's Chips, I get her a bag, and of course, I can bring my mother anything, and it's always going to be the best. And nothing I can do wrong in her eyes. But she calls me, and she says, these chips were delicious. You have to write them an email. And I'm like, Ma, I'm busy at work. She's like, no, you have to email Hal's Chips. So I find out their information. It turns out they're like a mom and pop company based out of Maspeth, Queens.
Okay.
Not like Lay's or
Yeah.
fucking, Ruffles. They're a small company. And I write them an email. I'm like, listen, my mother is, she's saying I had to contact you guys. She said it's the best chips she ever had. And you know how I get, long-winded and poetic.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, I get an email back from them.
Currently, you are.
I get an email back from them. What's your address? We want to send mom a little something, And I'm like, well, my mom lives in a development, so send it to me, and I'll bring it to her, whatever. So fast forward like 2 or 3 weeks, I don't hear anything, and then I get a sticker on my door from UPS that I have to pick up boxes. Now, usually I get an email to tell me that I have to pick up boxes, so I'm like, it seems odd, whatever. So I go in there, and I know my people over at the UPS on Gardeners Avenue in Levittown, and they're like, Mark, yeah, you're gonna need help. You got 2 boxes over here. They're pretty big.
Wow.
And I'm like, I didn't even know who they were from at the time. So one of them is so goddamn heavy. The other one is just big, but not that heavy. I get them home. I tear them open. It's a box of 24 bags of chips.
Holy shit.
Hal's chips, okay?
Like full-size bags?
Full-size
Wow.
bags. It's a case of different flavored seltzers from Hal's chips.
Oh, yes, that's right. They do.
Yeah, a
they do the
massive
seltzer,
case
too.
of seltzers that was, humongous. And then, what's the matter?
I was just looking for the chips.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. I know. That's what I thought.
I figured you didn't have the sound on for 30 minutes like usual.
Me too.
Yeah. He's like, all right, just start from demolition specialist and make it like nothing happened. Just start. And I'll just post and I'll let people know just a little. It was only a couple of minutes. They
hurt Peter. That's all that counts.
So, and then there's.
I don't watch that show.
So hold on a second. Then there's another box. Boom. Then there's another box. I open up. It's like Hal's chips, pins, and buttons. And
merch?
It's that, and it's a couple of hats, which I looked for coming here tonight. I couldn't find them. They're home. But I was going to bring 2 hats, one for you, and then I was going to let these 2. You don't really wear hats.
You're going to fight over
Do you
it.
wear hats?
I got a hat right there.
So
Yeah, he's going to wear it right after
it
we
was
get out
going
of
to
the
be for
studio.
you, and I'll see if I can get another one for Jakey.
Well,
But
Jake
I have
likes
that.
pins. He wears a lot of pins.
Yeah.
The buttons, yeah.
He likes the
So the
buttons.
bottom line is we do not have Hal's Chips as a sponsor, but we are giving them the love. If they ever want to come on the show as a sponsor, we love Hal's Chips. My mother, Barbie Doll, loves Hal's Chips. Thank you for the hats. Thank you for the pins. Thank you for the chips. Thank you for the seltzers.
I had no idea where that story was going, and before you even said anything, I said I love Hal's chips.
You did
What
say
was
it.
the original flavor that you got her? Just regular?
Just
or-
a regular, but then they sent me like
Salt
this
and vinegar.
like backyard barbecue and like
House
salt and vinegar
are
and then
the
sour cream and
best.
onion
Yeah.
and then a couple other like buffalo ranch.
Oh,
Like and,
that
and
one I've never
all the
tried.
bags are different colors and we still have some at the house. If you guys want to go to my house after,
I'm gonna
we
stop
can
by
get
on my way
some.
home.
So kudos to House Chips.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a letter to Hal's Chips and get my
Yeah,
own shit.
everyone. Yeah, now they're gonna get 1,200 letters. Hal's Chips will go bankrupt because they've given out all the buttons and pins. Because Barbie Doll had to fucking have an email.
I can just
Yeah.
picture, like right now, Barbie Doll sitting home with her Hal's
Yeah,
hat,
yeah, exactly.
covered in chips.
She's got a Hal's Chips scarf on, Hal's Chips slippers, the whole thing. So kudos to Hal's Chips. You
Yeah.
guys did a nice job.
Yeah, very good.
And speaking of Hal's Chips, we're going to go ahead and get our second round of sponsors up, so you guys can take a break. You can walk around the studio, whatever it is that you guys want to do. You can stretch. Okay, when Tony's ready, here we go. Our second set of sponsors. Number 1 is Minuteman Sewer and Drain, Minuteman Plumbing and Heating. Call 1-800-287-1772 for 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week service, and ask for my friend Bill, which ironically about an hour ago I did because Barbie Doll is having an issue. The handle, the jiggle thing is not jiggling in the right way. So Bill from Minuteman Sewer and Drain is going to my mom's house tomorrow to fix the jiggle. Pardon the expression.
He's going to go fix your mom's jiggle?
He's going to fix my mom's jiggle. And it's been a while. My dad's been gone for 7 years. Hey-oh! Oh, my God. What does that mean? Oh, that's what it was? Sorry.
See, another speech coming, making fun of the sponsors.
Exactly. And this is me and my mother, and my father's dead, so he's not going to do it. American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, they'll guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn. We are brought to you by New View Construction, established in 2007. They are the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. Herschy and the Keegs Show is brought to you by Sip and Serve Waitress and Bartending Service. Elevate your next private party with the Sip and Serve Squad. Their awesome bar and wait staff will ensure your event will be unforgettable. Book now and let them handle the details while you enjoy the celebration. Call Jen at 516-528-6783. And last but definitely not least, New York State licensed real estate person, Diane Keegan.
Oh, I know her.
From All Island Estates Realty Corporation. You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com. If you're looking to rent, sell, or buy, make Diane your first call. Thank you to all of our Herschy and Keegs sponsors. Please, when you contact them, do it with confidence and make sure you let them know that Mike and I sent you from the Herschy and the Keegs Show. Speaking of Keegan, I'm back on him for a second, and this has nothing to do with you per se, but I know during your act over the years, you have joked that you look like the guy from Modern Family, or Chaz Bono,
Yes.
or the mayor of New Jersey.
Chris Christie, yeah.
Can we just say, and I saw this person on TV recently, can we just say that out of all the transgender people that we know and we've seen in the past, would you say that the most seamless transition into manhood has been Chaz Bono? Like,
100%.
do you see, when you see Chaz Bono now, do you ever think like you think that that's just a guy?
You never think that's little Chastity Bono.
You don't think that little blonde,
Yeah.
gorgeous little girl
Yeah.
from 1972. This is
Dude, have you ever seen the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm when Chaz Bono was on it?
Oh, exceptional.
I had no idea that was first of all a trans person,
Right.
Or that was even Chaz Bono until like afterwards when I saw the credits. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god, that just looked like a guy. It looked
It's
like
amazing.
a chubby little man.
I'm interested in this, and I'm curious what you think about this. Do you ever, like, you'll hear Bruce Jenner or Caitlyn Jenner speak about the abacus, what's the word?
Abacus.
The abacus, just moving the thing back and forth. Yes. It's 7, 8, 11.
That's a transgender devil tool.
Advocate for transgenderism, but you don't hear Chaz Bono ever discuss. Do you think that Chaz Bono's like, I don't know what you fucking people. I'm a guy. I don't know.
Yeah, look,
Oh
that's
my-
Chaz Bono. It
Like,
looks
I'm just saying.
He has
it's-
more testosterone than all
I
of
thought
us
that was
combined.
seriously.
Is that not me?
Oh my god.
Is that not Mark
What
Hirschman?
the fuck? Hold on a second. Can we do a side by
look
side
at
with
that.
me and Chaz Bono there?
There's nothing like feminine. It looks like just a happy little chubby guy.
What I'm saying is, thank you. My point is though, you don't ever hear about Chaz Bono, and maybe I'm missing something because I'm not very up on transgenderism, I guess. But ultimately, is it possible that he's just to the point like, no, I had the bottom surgery, I had the top surgery, I'm not
This is-
part of this deal anymore.
He was,
you know?
he was also like kind of the first one that you
Yes.
in like as
That we
as
knew of.
celebrity goes that we
Yeah.
really knew of.
Yeah.
And we just like accepted it. And because you only knew him as, oh my
Yeah.
God, holy
Yeah, it's basically
Jesus
me.
Christ.
Right.
I think this
Yeah.
is the first time I'm ever actually tricked.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That is good.
Which one is which?
I mean, what's funny
you
is
even
Who
know?
has
I
the
don't even-
vagina?
I thought I was looking in the mirror. It's funny. We're always talking about you looking like I'm
seriously,
like, hello,
oh my
what?
God, I always say
you
that I
look
look like
nothing
Chaz
like
Bono,
it.
I know.
No.
I can't grow a beard.
Do you think it's possible that he literally is just like, I'm good now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm
Nothing.
good.
There's no jokes about Chaz Bono.
Never,
really.
not even a thing. He's just a regular guy,
Yeah.
and I think he had the full bottom surgery,
Yeah.
so he's basically a man.
Because you only knew, you never really knew the you know, in his 20s and 30s,
Yeah.
Chaz Bono. You knew him as the little cute blonde girl,
gorgeous little girl.
on the Sonny and Cher show, and
That's
then
right.
just like a chubby
Hey.
dude that looks
Yeah.
like he is a lesbian
chops
DJ.
wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He looks like a DJ from Staten Island.
So
Do you think we could go to like the treatment place and just say I want to be more of a man? Like they gave him a lot of men.
Can you
Like,
give me the Chaz Bono just like man me up?
yeah,
Like,
how did he
right.
get a beard? Like,
What are you here, sir? I'm here for the Chaz.
I'm here for the Chaz, but you're a biological male.
You
I
could
know, but
use
it's
a little bit of
I'd
a
like to- I
chazzing
could
because
because I
you-
cannot grow a beard.
Like I've seen you try where you've come in like unshaven for a couple days and like you have like a patch
And dude,
then
that's
like
not
a
a couple
beautiful
days. That's 2 weeks.
but you then you have like a beautiful area of smooth red skin,
Exactly.
and then like a little patch.
I can grow anything here,
Yeah.
and it just grows in.
You
like,
grow a hair under your eyes very well, like a werewolf.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like fine, like it's like you ever see like Chinaman hair? Like, it's just like very fine and straight.
Yeah, that's what you grow.
That's how
When you
I
grow long
that's how
hair.
I just grow long face hair. It
Oh,
just
so you
doesn't
can
even-
grow a little part. We
Yeah,
can grow a
exactly,
part on your
exactly.
hair.
You look like you just ate a dog.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I probably did.
I don't know. This is a weird segue, but when I was making notes
They're
for the
eating
show,
pets. All right.
when I was making notes for the show, and I was writing about the Chaz thing, I for some reason got hit with a childhood memory that I probably utilized a lot when I was like a 13 or 14-year-old boy coming into my own. And if I could tell you that if I had a way to draw a scene perfectly, I can do this out of such memory, and it's 40 years ago probably that this happened. Yeah,
Wow.
no,
Hershey
that's
and the
it.
Keegs.
That's it.
Hershey and the Keegs.
There we
How
are.
are we both Chaz Bono?
Right. Is this the Chaz and Chaz show? What if we just call us the Chaz and Chaz
Oh
show?
my God.
That has to be the next guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, we gotta get
Let's
Chaz.
try.
Bono.
We're gonna get Chaz.
We're gonna get a
Bono.
Chaz Bono on with one leg and
Yeah.
a gray
Oh,
beard
yeah.
now.
Right.
It's like,
Oh, that's good.
Jesus.
That's good.
Shots.
I like that. That's going to be good. This particular memory happened when I was about 12 or 13. You know, I've talked about it a lot, that I spent a lot of time as a kid.
oh, we're allowed
Well,
to talk about this on the air?
Yeah, we can talk about this one.
Oh.
When I
Oh,
was
the
a
other
kid,
thing when you were 13 that happened.
growing up in Valley Stream, if you didn't have the money to go to like sleepaway camp or summer camp, which most of us didn't, our parents would just drop us to the Valley Stream pool, 9 o'clock, and you'd be there all day by yourself. Now, there were probably like a couple of parents just monitoring, maybe, but like you were on your own. You were just totally on your own. And, you would eat lunch, you'd go to the park, you'd play, knock hockey, whatever it was. But this one particular time, I happened to be walking across the pool, and a lady had been carrying her baby, like a toddler type in the pool, and then she handed the baby off to her husband. And this is an attractive woman, maybe in her like mid 30s, whatever. And I guess somehow in the process of handing the baby off, the baby had pulled a tit out of pulled her
Baby tit?
Nice.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So-
the woman.
No. Where's your head at, dude?
no,
God.
yeah.
I feel like babies don't have.
She pulled down a little mermaid
Oh.
bathing suit, and I'm like, "This is gonna be a great
How
day.
do you make that work?
This is gonna be a great day." No, so she handed off the baby, and the baby must have like pulled, and the lady's just coming towards me, totally clueless to the fact that she's got a flop tit right out.
Oh, she had no idea.
No clue at all, and I wasn't going to be the one to
Yeah,
tell
exactly,
her,
yeah.
but I certainly was going to be the one to brush into her 16 times accidentally, And that must have been about 4 p.m., and I stayed in the pool till about 10.
Yeah,
until they
I'm
like,
sure,
you got
exactly,
to go
yeah.
there, Boner boy.
Yeah,
It's time for you to go.
I can't.
Yeah.
You have to tuck it in the waist.
They're like, who's the woodpecker in the pool? But I had never.
Did that change you? Like that was,
Oh,
was that
that
the moment where you,
I think that was the day. Like I'm a man today.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I started. They say that you.
I saw this baby tit.
they say that you.
I knew what I liked.
They say that you become a man when you were bar mitzvahed, and then if you look back at my bar mitzvah pictures, I did not at all become a man. I
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
But yet this happened. The tit flopped out, and I was like, Baruch atah Adonai, right in the middle of the pool with the tit flopped out. I started doing
Yeah,
Jewish
exactly.
prayers, and
Because then there is a yeshiva. or
I
whatever
felt
they
it.
call
It was the first time I felt it.
I don't think
Yeah, I felt it in the water. I felt it, and I think that was the day that I became a man. Like
That certainly
it
is,
really
yeah.
is. So again, I don't know what in my mind the thought of Chaz made me move to that. But,
his mind's going in some weird directions right now.
When was
Yeah.
the first time you seen a boob?
I still haven't. I'm just waiting.
Well, you have to realize when Mike was a little kid, though, it was a lot of male. Like you guys would watch porn and shit together at a young age, though. You know what I mean? Like
me and the babies.
no,
I've
but
done that
you-
with the boys. You never
no,
had
you
a weird
and the-
sleepover?
You and your
No.
buddies would watch a lot of
No, I
porn
don't
as
think I've
kids.
seen one. And I saw Mark with his shirt off, and
He's asking you a question. When's the first time that you
I don't
saw
even remember when I don't know.
28.
Okay.
I was probably in my
No.
it's probably in my late 20s, early
Maybe
30s.
maybe did you ever see a tit out in the wild though? Like my is a tit out in the
That's
wild
so cool.
story.
That is so
Yeah, it was
When-
incredible.
You
when
didn't
was your
sign up
first
for
one?
that?
Were you in your teens when you saw your first one?
Does like the phone count?
Yeah.
I
think
mean,
it
but
does.
what about in person in the wild? No one else had a tit in the wild
I
story.
don't have a good story like that.
Damn it.
That's a great one.
It's really,
does
yeah.
it like a Sandlot, like Wendy
Right.
Peppercorn kind of.
Does
Yeah,
it count
yeah.
as in the wild if it's your own family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as long as
It's
well,
a
hold
real
on a second.
wild.
Hold on.
Because we're getting.
Is it not an immediate family? I hope. Like, is it like?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. No, I don't want to see you in the changing room at Loman's with your mom snapping pictures when you were
I was
8.
at my grandma's funeral and I walked in the back. They were still changing her.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Sorry.
They were pumping the formaldehyde.
rest in peace, grandma's titties. Yeah, I love you. No, so that Tony, do you have any tits in the wild story?
Well, I was 11 years old. We were playing Truth or Dare. And that
nice.
was-
Wow.
Yeah, it's-
So you're in Hicksville in 1982 or whatever.
1981.
And you're
Yeah,
at
this girl
someone's
who
house?
I didn't know her name.
Nope, didn't matter.
I saw her from around the neighborhood from time to time. I don't think I've seen her since. I can still see her face.
Yeah.
But yeah. And
her breast.
yeah.
Wait, so
awesome.
you dared her,
No, somebody else dared her, but we were all sitting in a circle.
and she just had to whip a tit out at
Yeah,
that?
she was a little older. She was, I think, 15.
Son of a gun!
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a
Tony,
beautiful
you're
day.
holding out on that
It
shit.
was a beautiful day. Well, we have some comments.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's
All
hear
right,
what
well,
we got.
Kleiman says changing times is the place for wings.
Changing
And
times is great.
Climate is not. He lives out in Suffolk County, so the fact that he goes to Farmingdale says a lot because it's not around the block from
Well,
him.
there used to be another one. I forget where, but I believe it was out in Suffolk somewhere.
Oh, is
Changing
that right?
times, oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
They might
Maybe
even
that's
say
what
it
he's
out there.
talking
All
about.
the food at Changing Times is very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rich Lockman saying, "What's up, fellas?"
You know Rich Lockman.
I know
Yeah,
Rich
yeah.
Lockman, of course.
Diane Morbido Keegan is laughing when you said you'd be there for the Kathy Arnold thing.
Yeah,
Lynn Yabara, what's up, cousin Jake?
Yeah,
that's my
cousin
aunt.
Ibarra,
Yeah.
yeah.
the first one. Yeah.
That was. And she has a. All right, keep going.
What? No. No.
She has. I wasn't there, but I've heard a story from my cousins.
Yeah.
That they went to the beach one day,
Oh my God.
and she went to go ride a wave, and she fell over, and then she couldn't get back up.
Oh, that's
but
not
she
good.
also didn't know where her bathing suit was.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
At the
Mike
same
was there.
time.
He couldn't get up either.
All right. So this.
And then Mike's mom wants to know, did you email Keebler?
Did you? I don't know what that means, but did you?
No, she says,
did I?
Michael, did you email Keebler?
Oh, I don't know what that means, but
Was that some sort of elf
What,
joke that
email?
you're referring to me about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Is
Lynn,
Mark an elf? Is Mark a Keebler elf?
Wait, there's no other wing suggestions in there?
Oh, I
thought
know
you
what
were-
No,
she's
that
talking
was
about.
it.
I got
That was it.
a package in the mail of Keebler cookies,
Yeah.
and I don't know where they came from, but I guess she's asking me if I emailed them, and maybe they'll send me more. Maybe that's where the cookies came from. She thinks maybe I
Well,
emailed them.
I've made since I'm a little kid.
I
I've made
did
a
not.
lifetime of contacting companies,
Yeah.
usually complaining. Like the first one, I must have been like 12, and we had Cracker Jacks, and I was very upset about the peanut level in the Cracker
Oh,
Jacks,
yeah.
and I wrote a letter, and they sent me a box of 9 Cracker Jacks.
Really?
With
no peanuts at
no,
all.
No, not 9 Cracker Jacks, 9 boxes. It's kind of been like, here, fatso, here's 9 Cracker
Here you go,
Jacks.
douchebag.
here's the
deal.
even number.
No peanuts, just Cracker Jacks, chubbo. Fat little Jew with a boner in a pool. Fucker. No, I wouldn't be eating those cookies if someone randomly sent them to you.
I ate them.
Wait, was it from Keebler?
It was from Keebler, yeah.
Oh, directly from Keebler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then that's okay then.
But I don't know who sent them.
That's interesting that you ever. I mean, listen. The truth is, from the shit that I've seen that you've subscribed to
I mean,
online,
I probably
I'm gonna
probably
say,
like signed up for something.
the
or-
fact that you've gotten cookies sent to you is harmless compared to some of the other shit
Yeah.
that's probably been sent
I
to your house.
I probably made some kind of comment on like
Right.
East Meadow Keebler cookies.
The 3 laced them and
yeah,
sent them over to you.
exactly. Belmore Cookie Group.
So I like that Kleiman had a good wing. That's a good wing.
Yeah, let's go to
place.
Changing Times. We'll go there.
All right,
and,
that's good.
Mark will come. Mark will leave Levittown.
Did you read the episode that happened to me at Stop and Shop a couple weeks ago about the cold cut counter?
No, I don't.
So
think
this happened, and I posted. I might even posted a TikTok about it. I don't remember, but it was one of the weirdest fucking things that I've ever experienced, and I've experienced a lot. So I go into Stop and Shop. Stacy assigns me. She gives me little assignments because she knows I can't handle a full food shop because I just spaz out and I don't use the coupons right, whatever. But she sent me to Stop and Shop to get turkey, cheese, whatever the case may be. I'm online, and the lady in front of me, she says, I need a pound of Land O'Lakes White American, That's it. That's what she says. And when she says that's it, she's saying that's it. And the guy turns to her, he goes, "What? No meat?" He gets there and like, and I thought, I was like, that's a weird fucking, like, why are you meat shaming her like this lady?
But I get it though, like,
No, but he was like,
job.
but he wasn't. It wasn't like cool. He's like, you want any meat, ma'am? Or he's like, what? No meat? Like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't say a thing, but I happened to look at her, and she's like, "What the fuck was that?" She says to me, and I'm like, "I don't know. I think he meat shamed you."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I think he did." She's like, "I don't want meat. I just need the cheese. I have meat already."
Yeah.
So
she's not like a vegetarian.
no, I don't know what she is. But
Get a little bit of meat though. What do you?
But so you're on the side of the no
I'm
meat
kinda
guy.
on the
Hey,
side
hey,
of him,
you can't get meat shamed. I know how it feels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
There's nothing wrong.
I've heard.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a full pound, but it works.
I felt like she didn't need to be
Vienna
meat shamed.
sausages.
She didn't need to be meat shamed.
I do. I feel for her, but also that's his job. Like he's a meat pusher.
I guess maybe you're right. Maybe
Yeah,
he's
well, meat day. You know, you gotta try to upsell
a little
them.
bologna,
That's sales 101. You gotta try to upsell them.
Making commission on the
All right,
meat.
you're
exactly,
right.
yeah.
You're right. I don't think I ever got into, by the way, my whole Binghamton story. I took the bus and the train. I don't think I got into that.
No,
but
what are you, a midnight cowboy?
I did have a little mortifying experience. I was on the Long Island Railroad train going into the city to take a bus to Binghamton because the girls were coming home and there was going to be a blizzard, so I didn't want them driving. So I took a bus to Binghamton to drive them back.
Oh, nice.
And on the Long Island Railroad, there though, this person sitting behind me, it was like an early morning train, and it's no one's talking. There's no noise.
He takes the morning train and
he
then
works
from 9 to 5, and then he takes another home again to go to Binghamton.
That's exactly right.
it.
So what happens is, like,
Terrible.
the noise is coming from her behind me, the seat behind me, and it's like loud, like, "You're gonna make a right turn over here. You're gonna make a left turn over here." I'm like, "What the fuck
yeah.
is like? What is she doing here?" And I'm like, like I'm huffing. I'm turning around, huffing, and I'm like, "What? Why is it so loud? And what is it she's listening to?" And as I get off the train, she stands up and she undoes the blind stick. She undoes the blind stick. And she pops it out, and it was directions on how to get up the stairs and out of Long Island Railroad and onto Penn. Yeah, and it was like giving her directions.
It'd be like, what are you? You're blind, not deaf.
And I was blind.
lower the volume
But
there,
I was
lady.
blind
That's a
shaming
Keegan
her
fan
though.
on Facebook.
I was blind shaming her though.
You were blind shamer. I'd rather.
You're gonna walk up the stairs. You're gonna go past Sparrow's Pizza. You're gonna make a right turn on Penn Station.
Went up to her and be like, what? No meat?
Yeah, what? No
Give
meat.
it directions to the meat.
Yeah, exactly. No meat.
Yeah, give the blind lady
Exactly.
directions to the meat.
The meat.
So that she made it. Did you help her? Did you help her out? At
I
least, or
fucking
just-
got the hell out of there as
Oh,
quickly
God.
as I could. That was a disgrace.
Yeah.
That was a total disgrace.
Like, why is this guy? No, I'm not. I'm
You
doing,
didn't
I'm
have to
doing the
move
deaf-
fast. She's
I'm
not
doing-
gonna know where you are, dude.
I was just doing the deaf voice,
No.
the deaf accent, but she's blind. Like, why is this guy huffing and puffing at me? I'm just
I
trying to
think
get-
it's safe to say that after the fine piece of work that Suzanne did on the show with the deaf accent,
Yeah.
no one could ever do one ever
She
again.
did a great
That
deaf
was
accent.
incomparable. There's no way that we could ever match that. So don't even try, please.
May I?
Yes,
if
go
you
ahead.
don't mind?
Go,
Okay.
please. Yeah.
Forgive me, I'm going to get this name wrong. Frank Loicano?
Frank
no,
Lucano.
that's it. That's
Frank,
his,
yeah, Frank
Oh, did I
Lucano.
say that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. You guys are the greatest.
Frank, you're the greatest.
We
Thank
love you,
very
Frank.
much
Thanks for
Um,
listening, buddy.
And
God
yeah,
bless your family.
Sorry, and Rich Kleiman says yes. There is a changing times in Northport as well.
Okay, there you go, because that's near
Okay.
Rich's house. Yeah.
Lynn Wybara.
Yep.
The wave was big, and the lifeguard finally rescued me and my bathing suit.
Nah.
Oh, what a dick that lifeguard is.
Yeah.
No, she loved it. It was like a hot 19-year-old. She stayed down on purpose.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
exactly.
It was an episode of Baywatch.
How do we spell Ibarra, by the way?
YBARRA.
That's very interesting because there's a comic who I
Is that
know who's
Hispanic?
there's a very it is
Yeah,
Latin but there's a comic and you can ask Aunt Lynn. There's a comic out on the scene who's been around for a long time. His name is Dustin Ibarra.
Yes.
YBARRA, and he's been in movies and he's a headlining comic in Texas. So we need to find out if you have a little connection to Dustin Ibarra. YBARRA.
That would
so
be sick.
Aunt Lynn and your big boobs floating around the water. Let's go ahead and let's find this out.
She's going to take that as a compliment.
See, you know what's funny is that I was talking to Jake
His Hispanic
once,
big
and
boob dance.
and I was like, oh
I
well,
thought
you know,
boobs were banned.
I'm like,
What's happening?
I know the perfect place for Aunt Lynn to go.
where?
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. Just don't know.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it. I'll turn your mic off.
All right.
Because I'll hear it tomorrow. One last comment from your mom. Address to Mike Keebler.
Yes, it
So-
was addressed to Mike Keebler. These cookies.
Mike Keebler.
So,
Okay, over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's a mystery where those cookies came from, but I think
Yeah.
I know. But they were delicious. They were the ones with the M&Ms inside. Yeah.
The best part about that story at the beach was her son was there, and her son was like 13 and was like, "Mom, that's not a beach bathing suit.
Oh, really?
It's not a beach bathing suit, Mom. It's not for
Right.
waves. It's for the hot tub."
So
Poor kid had to see his mom cans.
one of the
And then he started dating a black girl, so I guess he didn't like
There you
it.
go. That scarred him for life.
I have to tell you, one of the things that made me feel this relationship with Jake has been a great one. We love
He's the
Jake;
best,
he helps
yeah.
us.
Love this guy.
But I guess in conversation with him one day, he told us he was 23, whatever, and I'm like, oh, your parents are probably older than me, right? He's like, yeah, my dad's 47, which is several years younger than both me and Tony, actually. So Aunt Lynn is what the sister of
My dad. She's the oldest. She's like, oh, fuck.
how old?
52?
Yeah.
Still younger. Than
Still
me,
younger
Tony.
than Mark.
And she says he's Mexican by injection.
Oh, come on.
wow.
I
What
wasn't
she
going to
wrote,
say.
I swear to you.
No,
that's
no,
what
no.
she wrote.
Oh,
Wait a second.
come on.
Wait a second. Your
right.
last name's not your last name's
No,
Chapman.
so she's married to a Hispanic man.
Yes.
Mexican.
Yeah, she
Oh,
met-
she's a Chapman.
He needed
yes,
his
her favorite
citizenship.
beer is Modelo, for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Okay, so Aunt Lynn,
Her husband needed citizenship.
Aunt Lynn, I'm giving you a project. Aunt Lynn,
Her husband was a lifeguard.
I'm giving you the project. Dustin Ibarra, the comic,
She
YB,
said she doesn't know him.
but he is Mexican though. He is Mexican,
yeah.
so
Well,
Tell
there's-
David to
there's-
get on it.
yeah. So this is something.
Fucking 20 million of them.
But Ibarra is not
Yeah,
exactly
that's
like
true.
Keegan
No,
or
exactly.
Keebler.
Yeah. But so what's her husband's story? He needed a green card and
I don't know. It's like a second marriage, so he just came into the picture like 7-8 years ago.
Hey Lynn, I see your cans at the beach.
This is why I don't like tacos.
That's the whole taco thing.
I'm kidding. I love you, David.
Michaela O'Donnell says hi, Jake.
That's my girlfriend. Hi,
Michaela. Hi, Michaela.
Talk about
Definitely
her
weren't.
cans.
No,
No,
no
not
more
doing that.
cans,
No,
no more
no.
boobs.
Okay, no more
No.
boobs. Jake's never
But
seen
we
a
can
boob.
talk about Uncle David and Aunt Lynn now.
We had a great talk about your mom.
Yeah, this is. I'm fucking
Oh,
myself
no.
up for Christmas.
No, we're not doing that because we're not going to talk about your
His
mom's stuff.
his uncle was landscaping at the beach. He goes, oh, boobs. I see a boob.
Hey, I just found a quarter in the sand and I saw some big tits also. This bitch can't swim, but she totally can float those big titties though.
Keep him afloat.
I just found a ring, but I don't give a shit. I want those titties.
Gave her the ring and it worked.
It's true.
I found a ring, I gave it to her. I said, I'll marry you with those big tits. I don't even care.
I'll buy you a bra.
Where?
Okay, very good. Nice work, boys. Nice work. Nice work. Very good. Very,
He
very
doesn't even
good.
know her name.
Very good.
Kitty wife.
That's Jakey. How long? What's your girlfriend's first name? We're going to talk
Michaela.
nicely about her.
Michaela.
is
Michaela
girlfriend for
O'Donnell.
how long?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yes, but I've
you
known
guys
her from high school. We dated in high school.
dated in high
and then
school,
we dated
stopped for a
after
little
college.
bit after college. Lives in your area, Suffolk County, same
Yeah.
region. Has come to see you perform.
Biological female?
She's
Yes,
seen,
as far as I'm concerned, it's enough for me.
That's
hold
it.
on. She's seen you perform well, not well, obviously.
Yeah, she's seen it all. She's
And
Yeah.
how about on stage?
Oh, God.
Perform
Yeah.
in the bedroom.
Forget
All
it.
right, yeah.
No, we're not doing this. It's a nice young girl. It's a nice young lady. She was watching the show.
Yeah,
She's a good human, unlike everyone here.
Yeah,
like
you
she's
need
one of
to
those
realize
great
that
people.
when we have people on our show, that we might get new viewers who are watching.
Oh yeah, Michaela, tell everyone you watched the show and you loved it.
Sure. Hopefully she did.
Yeah.
Michaela, you are welcome to come in if you want. We sometimes have people sit here and watch when Jakey's on. You're welcome to come in.
She's
and
like
we'll be nice to you.
disappointed in like half of my jokes, but that's how I know they're
That's all
funny.
right. Well, yeah, exactly.
You know what I
No,
mean?
but I help
That's
work
the-
on it. I punched a couple up. You're going to use.
Those are the ones
and-
she's disappointed in.
Wow, that was a really fun hour. Here
it
we
was.
are, 10 o'clock.
Good
Let's
up for
talk
Jake.
a little
Good
bit
old
about,
Jake.
like, a little hand for our boy Jake, who we love very much. Our
Love
boy
you guys
Jakey boy.
too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jakey, you'll go first. Anything that you want to promote you have coming up at all? You want to sell tickets for?
No shows, but I am unemployed, so
Yeah.
anyone listening that needs someone to work for money.
Well, so working for money is a usual thing, not house chips, but we don't really know a lot about what you do. What do you do? You technical stuff? No, you say you...
I don't know. I did sales for 2 years, so I know how to talk to people.
Okay.
I'm really good at video games.
So, but when you left your job for a particular reason, that you had an idea to do something different, didn't you?
Yeah. I was just done going to the city to work.
Okay.
It wasn't sustainable.
Okay.
I was comfortable with where I was, and I could have been there until I was 35.
Yep.
But it's not what I want to do.
I thought you were working remotely a lot, though. You were not, or you?
No,
were?
I was, but I'm also lazy. Like I had to go once a week, and I was
Where do you
like,
see
oh.
yourself in 5 years?
Dude, I have no idea. I've been asking myself this question every day. Like, I have no idea. I just want to do something I'm happy doing. If it's helping people, like my career, like I want to be a comedian. If I'm gonna be rich, it's gonna be a comedian. It's not gonna be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Like, I just want to make enough money to where I could have a car and a house. Yeah. And if I fuck up, raise a kid. But other than that, I just want to do comedy.
AKA, Jake's parents get used to having him for the next 35 years in your house.
Stayed in the shed,
Very
Mom.
Good. Good. Speaking of which, Mike, what do you have going on?
I'm a self-starter, and I'm good
Self-starter. You are a big self-starter.
Hey, this weekend, Friday, Saturday night, I'll be at the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes.
With Jay Nog, my old buddy.
That's a great show. That's a sick lineup.
Great show. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do this together once a year. So Friday night, Saturday night, 8 o'clock p.m., both shows. Comedy Zone, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. January 4th, right here at the Governor's Comedy Club Giggle Room. It's the Comedy Insurrection. It's a patriotic night of Republican conservative comics. George Gallo is going to be headlining. Our old buddy George Gallo,
dude, that's huge. He does not come around a lot.
He doesn't. He's starting to get back at it. So
for people who have not seen George Gallo, you need to see him. And if you have, you know why you want to see him. He's one of the best that's ever done it.
And it's different every time. His act is different every time.
His crowd work is ridiculous.
He's mentioned by Joe Rogan on Joe Rogan's podcast as an amazing comedian.
He's a terrific comic.
Been around forever. It's
who else is on that show?
We got John Santo, who does a great Trump impression,
and many other impersonations as well.
But exactly. And then we got Chuck Fox, Roseanne Fumara.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
You know who has a fantastic
Kurz?
Trump?
Who does?
Jack Adam.
Jack Adam.
I don't know if you know him.
That's a good idea because we actually are looking for somebody else to do Trump on the show.
It is fantastic. He did it at the Long Island Laugh
You're
Off.
right. He does a great Donald Trump. Who else does a good? Jason Scoop does a good one. If you ever see him,
no,
he's been
not
harassing,
good. Great.
He does. He's got a big Trump social media following now. He's been harassing Robert De Niro outside of his apartment. Have you seen the videos?
I have seen it.
He's been standing outside of Robert De Niro's apartment with a megaphone.
Amazing.
And harassing him. Jason Scoop, Long Island, Levittown guy. I've been working with him forever.
He's killer.
He's killing it.
That's awesome.
He was in here a month or two ago.
Yeah, he's the best. He's great dude. So January 4th, right here, Governors, tickets on sale, govs.com. This weekend, if you're in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Funny Bone, Fun Comedy Zone.
Yep.
And,
good. All right, and Tony Walker, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. What do you have going on, my friend?
May I read? I'll read the rest of the comments first, if you don't mind.
Please.
Mike's mom says, Jake, we can use you at the real estate office.
Oh, wow. Okay.
631-276-9150.
Easy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
And then Lynn Chapman-Wybera says, great job, boys. Give Jakey a big kiss from me.
Well, that's you
will.
don't gotta tell us twice.
You know.
You don't gotta tell us
here.
Come here, Jay.
Yeah, that's it.
We were planning to.
He's gonna have to run out of here to avoid that.
That's called consent.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Sorry, this Saturday, come to McGuire's in Bohemia and enjoy a fun audience interactive comedic murder mystery with Knock 'em Dead Comedy. Govs.com. Thank you, Mike.
Terrific. That's awesome. Very good. All right, guys. Really great week. Thank you for being here. Next week will be the last show that we have for next year, but since the studio will not be open on December 24th, Christmas Eve, I believe that we have a show Monday at 9:30 is what I think we had discussed a few weeks ago. Does that still work for you? Yeah?
Yeah. I don't remember that discussion, but yes, it works for me. Yes.
Yes. So we will be here Monday, 9:30 for a special Christmas Eve Herschy and the Keegs Fandango. Be here, laugh your way into the holidays with us. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will see you next week.